So share your wins. Mine, if y'all didn't see, I ran Hood to Coast again for the umpteenth time. I don't even know. I've done it a lot. And every time it's a whole different story, a whole different ball game, and it's a whole beast to tackle. Relay races are not for the weak of heart. The week period. But if you guys haven't seen, I run in honor of a 17-year-old that passed away 6 years ago from osteosarcoma, and it's always just a very humbling, emotional, incredible experience. And sometimes I run with his dad in the same van, sometimes I don't. And this year I was able to run with his dad. And I actually, if you missed the news article, go check my Facebook page because I posted it. K2 did a story on our team, and I watched his dad as he watched it for the first time, and he cried the whole way. And it was just a beautiful and emotional moment. But it was cool. So that's kind of my win. Amanda earned the cruise. Everyone, whoop whoop for Amanda. She's cruising with Elise, Joy, and I. And we ain't done yet. There's more coming on the ship.
Yeah, for real. Valerie's like 10 points away.
I know Valerie's gonna be on there, and we're gonna keep working on more.
Yes.
Pink. I'm so excited. Anyone else want to share anything?
I'll share my win since my audio is on already. I had my very first one-on-one coaching call today with Brooke Hemingway, and it was amazing. And I'm so excited for these next 6 months, and really like taking my own mindset, my own emotional, spiritual, physical, and financial self to the next level. So I'm pumped. And to bring along everybody with me that wants to join.
Yay. Okay. I'm gonna wait for the giveaway, see if anyone else pops on, just because more people in the bucket. But I'll go ahead and just turn it over to Elise. She is going to be leading the mindset piece today. I'm excited to turn it over to her, and go ahead. You're up.
Yay! Thank you, Michelle. Michelle and I were talking a little bit. Actually, I'm going to close my window a little bit, you guys. It's like getting cool out. This is like so strange, but I am honored that Michelle asked me because this is definitely something that I've been working on. Like, I feel like since I was an athlete in junior high and high school, so I was definitely working on mindset then, but it was different. And throughout my years of hiring a business coach, I hired my first coach in 2017 and have had coaches for different aspects of life, whether it was business, which when you own a business, your personal life affects your business life. And no matter how much you compartmentalize, like it all affects. And so getting your mindset straight is so powerful and will help you. What I find is that it overflows into every part of your life. So whether it's, you can type in the chat what area maybe you're struggling with. I mentioned like the emotional piece, the spiritual piece, the physical piece, or financial. Like choose one of those that you want to focus on. Maybe like now that we're heading into the fall season. So you guys can drop in there which one, just like whatever comes first. And you don't have to overthink it. It's like whatever one comes up first. I would love for you to set an intention on that as we head into the fall. So again, the options are emotional, spiritual, physical, or financial. Yes. Spiritual. Totally. I've definitely felt that myself.
I spelled it wrong the first time, and I'm like, what?
Oh, I didn't even notice. It looked the same from here. So you guys, ladies, everybody on here is a lady tonight. I would love for you to think about different ways that your mindset is affected. And all of us in this area, thank you, Amanda, for putting in. So good. Um, we're all affected from different relationships in our life, and different media and all these different things. So I just kind of made a checklist, and you can take notes or maybe just like a mental note and journal after this. But the first thing that I wrote down is to follow or unfollow on social media, and just be aware of like how you feel when you read somebody's post or like watch their stories. And if it's somebody that continually like you just feel like negative or like tired after reading their stuff, or just like you're not, I don't know, I don't really want to use the word vibing, but like that's the word that comes with me. It's if you're not like in tune with it, what they continue to post, you can unfollow them. You don't have to unfriend them. Or maybe even on Facebook, you can choose this snooze for 30 days and just like really be aware of the content that you're taking in. Because when we're scrolling through social media, this is a huge piece of like keeping negative people out of our space. Because if we're surrounding ourselves with negativity, how do we expect to like up level in our life? Or how do we expect to be positive if that's what you want in your life? And I would hope if you're on the call and you're talking about mastering mindset, you want to get negativity out as much as possible. Am I right? Or am I right? Yeah, I see a lot of head shaking. So it's just like being aware of who sucks energy out of you and who like fuels energy into you. So I want you to be aware of that. And I'm very intuitive is definitely a spiritual gift of mine. And so I need to be extra cautious about who I surround myself with, because I'm extra sensitive to that energy. The next thing that I wrote down was the music that we listen to. This is something the last 4.5 years I've been very intentional about. And I really like, my children were young. They still are young. They're 9 and 5. And I used to listen to pop, hip hop, country, like, and I still do. Yet the majority of the time when we're in the car or even like talking, or I listen to worship music. And so it's one of those things that just like we're always renewing our mind through music. And maybe I challenge you this week or tomorrow when you get in the car, or maybe you're driving somewhere tonight, like sports and school are all starting. Really just be aware of the words in a song. And are they uplifting to you? Or are they a source of like negativity, or that energy sucks? So it can come through music also. Another main thing, and each of these topics I could dive into way deeper, but I just kind of want to do like an overview of them. Movement. You guys, movement helps my mindset so much. And I don't know if any of you, like, if you do follow my stories or journey, I've been posting a lot. Last month, I accepted a challenge to walk 100 miles in July, and I accepted that challenge to do 100 miles in August. What I have found, I was walking like 5 to 7 days a week anyways, but I was not tracking how far. I was tracking like just getting out each day for 45 minutes or so. But what I have found with my mindset by accepting this challenge is I'm much more intentional. I also, my creativity and my mental clarity have like gone up so much in July and August just by getting out in nature and moving my body every day. So who here notices a difference? You guys can pop, like, take out, we can chat. It doesn't have to just be Elise talking, but who here notices their mindset is different when they include movement in their day? And if you do, Michelle, yes.
I
Like share
actually,
what your movement is, and then maybe like some enlightenment or like how you experience it, because we all could experience it differently.
I think everyone knows here what my movement is.
Michelle's the runner. We know she's the runner, and Elisa's the walker.
I love all movement, really. I love, that's why I'm an exercise physiologist. I love fitness and movement. But I'll like just today specifically, I am definitely more tired
Mm,
from racing, from not sleeping, from Aunt Flo showing up. Y'all know
yeah.
that that's like there's more exhaustion when she knocks on the door and you're like, but today I was just I was definitely, I'm like, I'm tired. And I decided to like, I was like, I need to shut down work. My body was craving movement. Like I knew I needed movement. So I shut down work and I went for a run. And most
Mhm.
people would be like, no, I'm tired. I knew that I needed movement. I tuned into that really well. So I went for a 3 mile run and I came home and I walked my dog for a mile afterwards. And I feel like more refreshed, more energized. My mental clarity is better, all of the things. Like I could show up for you guys better because I did that movement.
So powerful. So good. Tiffany, you have your sound on. Do you want to share?
Uh, for me, I don't know how I've shared my story a couple of times, but if you didn't know, I had brain surgery at the end of May to help with my cerebral palsy. So prior to my brain surgery, I really didn't move hardly at all. I walked to get my son from the bus stop and back home. And that was pretty much it because I couldn't. And now not only am I walking, but because he's riding his bike Casper, I'm able to jog and semi run. And I vowed never to take walking for granted again because it was horrible to be 40 and stuck on the freaking couch all the time. And yeah, it's hard to get out and do it, especially in the heat. But like Elise and Michelle said, my mindset is so much better. I feel so much fresher and like I can be a better mom, better wife, better everything when
Oh,
I just
good.
walk.
Thank you for sharing, Tiffany.
No
Yes.
problem.
It's like showing up and being the mom that I envisioned myself to be. Like, yes.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Casey, you raised your hand. You can share.
Hi. Yeah, this is my first ever call with any of you. I talked to Michelle, but I just wanted to say hi and I had
Welcome.
I had shoulder surgery in the end of June, and so on my ability to move, like you were saying, Tiffany, is kind of like different than I'm used to. I can't jump or run. Walking briskly is even sometimes hard. But I love to dance. So I've been doing that as long as I'm careful. I can still get moving and doing there's some really lightweight like workouts I can do on YouTube and stuff. So I've been trying to keep active and just going. I have 5 kids, so I try and just run around with them. I know that I'm doing the 6 weeks challenge group, and that has been very inspirational for me to keep moving and like. Oops, I didn't do it one day, but I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm going to let it encourage me for the next day. And I don't have like a pedometer. So I'm like 10,000 steps. I'm kind of guessing. I mean, I have 5 kids. I'm guessing that running around with them probably gets me there pretty quick, I think. But I just think that definitely moving, like after this call, I'm actually going to do my workout and like try and get things going because my kids go back to school. So I know that when I move, it energizes me as well. And I can be that present mom for my kids as well.
Oh, that's so good. Thank you for sharing, Casey. I've seen your name in the group and it's so inspiring. And I didn't know that you had shoulder surgery. That's hard to say. Like, that's almost a
It's
tongue
so
twister.
hard to say. You have to like sit and think
Oh
about
my
what
goodness.
you're saying.
Yeah, totally. I don't know if you have an iPhone or not, Casey, but the iPhone has a fitness app that's automatically on there and it counts my steps because I don't do extra, but that's how I track it and it's like good enough. But
Casey, I've
yeah,
been singing your praises too, by the way. So this is great.
Yes, she has. You've had amazing results. So proud of you for coming and showing up and being on this call because it's inspiring to hear other people's wins and stories as we all experience it differently. So thank you. Um, Another topic I wanted to talk about is sleep, which we all know if we don't get enough, like last week, you guys, it was rough. Like I was sleeping, but I was like waking up more and yeah, stress really wreaks a havoc on your sleep. And so since we returned back, since Plexus released sleep gummies, I've been using them like pretty much every night. As long as I have a bottle of it, I'm using it. And even my older son took them for a while, but now my younger son has been asking for it. So he's been taking half a gummy and it helps him fall asleep faster. And he wasn't the one that struggled with sleep, but he's been asking for it and it works. He's been sleeping longer. So I'm like, take it. 13 hours of sleep. Yes, mama needs this. um, but I want to, you guys, I want to wrap up because I think we have like 10 minutes left to get till 7:30. And I want to go through an activity. So I would love for you all to close your eyes, get comfortable. And I'm going to play this song that I just learned of tonight. And hopefully that you guys can hear it. Let me know. Will it play through or not, Michelle?
I
No,
can't
not
hear it.
really. Huh?
I can't hear it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to share this. I'm going to type it in what the song is. So, because I just learned about this from the holistic psychologist on Instagram. And if you guys don't follow her, she's really amazing to follow. She is exactly what shared, like holistically in psychology. She really practices like mindfulness and all of the holistic matters before turning to medication. And there's no shame in that for our mindset, like brain health. But she was sharing this song that is proven if you listen to it for 4 minutes that like your heart rate slows, your breathing slows, and it really just helps you reconnect with your body and ground yourself. So it's called Weightless and it's by Marconi Union. And I found it on Apple Music and there's also a 10-hour version. The reason I say this is I was chatting, Michelle and I were chatting before people hopped on. The last 3 months, and this might be outside of your own belief system, but I feel like there's been a spiritual attack on myself and my family for over 3 months. And there's times where I go in and out of this. Sometimes it's more than others. And what I do is I actually have a healing playlist on my phone that I play at night. It's all like super calm, chill worship music that I play, but I'm like, I might play this one just to see how it helps for a 10-hour session of sleep. So all the ideas out there, I'm all about like using the toolbox and seeing, but we're going to do like actually, I learned this today with Brooke, our mastermind coach, and she's a high performance coach trained by Brendan Burchard, and she has many different coaching certifications, and she kind of makes it all of her own. But she led me through this, you guys, and it was so powerful. I'm like, I have to share this with women on our team. And so I want you all to get comfortable where you're seated. Close your eyes. You can turn off your screen if you want to, whatever is most comfortable for you. I want you to put your hand on heart center or maybe both hands on your heart. And I want you to, if you don't want both hands on your heart, maybe one on your heart and one on your belly or wherever you feel called to, just slow your breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. I want you to be intentional about connecting with your breath, focusing on that. And I want you to acknowledge yourself, and I want you to think about all the things that you want to acknowledge in your life right now. And that may be grateful that you were able to show up for your first call tonight. It may be finding out that the call was at 7 p.m. instead of 5, so you were able to be here. It may be acknowledging your journey as a mom, wife, business owner. Connect with your breath. Then next, I want you to think about, what do you need to take ownership in? And what do you need to release from your life right now, today? You may have one thing come to mind. You may have many things come to mind. You may be having a hard time staying focused at the task, and that's okay too. Honor where you're at. Next, I want you to think about gratitude. What are you grateful for in this moment? It may be that you said yes to making yourself a priority. Maybe friendships or relationships. Next, I want you to think of expansion, and we're actually going to move our body. I want you to take your arms out to the side and you're going to raise them up. Keep your eyes closed. Raise your hands far above your head and stretch and reach up. Like truly seeing yourself expand. Take your fingers and stretch them wide out. Expand your fingers and hands, your arms up above. Where are you being called to expand in your life right now? Maybe sway where you're at. Get a little movement. Where is God, Jesus, source, whatever your higher power is, calling you to expand? I want you to reach your arms a little bit higher. And then I want you to move your arms back down and keep your hands, your fingers out and bring them down to your sides. Put your heart back to center. Get comfortable in your seat. Start moving your body around. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I would love for you to be able to, if you have a pen and paper or in the notes section of your phone, I want you to take some time and write down what you acknowledged about yourself, what you needed to release or take ownership over, what your gratitude was, and what your expansion was. And know that you have this tool, that you can do this multiple times a day, once a week, once a day. Maybe it's when you wake up in the morning or before you go to bed at night. And you can use this tool throughout your week as you're going through to really focus on mastering our mindset. I thank all of you for showing up tonight for yourself and for willingly participating. I know sometimes this may be new to you, or maybe it's something you've done in the past, but really stretching ourselves and growing is what's gonna, like, when you show up as your best self, think of how that ripple affects into your family, if you're married, your partner, people in your community, your friends. When we shine our light, we allow and give permission to others to shine their light also. Thank you for your time, you guys.
Thank you, Elise. That was awesome. Do you guys love that? Did Elise do awesome?
At least that was incredible. I loved it.
Yay.
It was powerful.
It
I was in
was.
tears today when I did it, you guys. So I'm glad I wasn't crying tonight. I won't make anybody share. If somebody wants to share a piece of it, I talked through each piece of it with my coach and it was pretty powerful, but you guys share what you want to, but most importantly, just like write that down and keep that in your journal or like by your bedside or wherever I encourage you to start journaling, and you'll really start to see your mindset shift while you add practices in like this. So thank you.
Yay.